Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Neil with CCS Investment Group. Today is Sunday, October 6th, and this is the very first weekly recap video for CCS Investment Group. We will be doing these every Sunday prior to the market opening on Monday mornings. And it's basically just going to recap what we seen happen last week, and then just a little forward looking, stuff for Monday into Tuesday. Don't want to go too far into the week because the markets are volatile. And I don't want to be somebody that's trying to predict what the market's going to do. It's more or less like what I'm seeing and where maybe we're going to go. Um, so last week we saw the market with two major sell-off days. Tuesday's sell-off was due to poor manufacturing numbers, which fell to their lowest level in a decade as the U.S.-China trade worries drag on. The ISM manufacturing followed the release of weak manufacturing data from Europe. Wednesday was no different as the Dow dropped 838 points in 2 days. Recession fears were at the root of Wednesday's sell-off as data from ADP and Moody's Analytics reflected a slowdown in the growth of hiring. So the market did find some support Thursday into Friday as most of those losses from earlier in the week due to September's non-farm payrolls rose 136,000, which was weaker than the expected 146,000. Although there were revised numbers for August, that they were actually 168,000 compared to the originally reported 130,000. That was reported in August. Unemployment also fell 0.2% to a 50-year low of 3.5%. There was also Fed rate cut expectations have actually fallen from 87% down to 73%. And there's also positive thoughts surrounding the upcoming trade talks with China. So we've got those trade talks. So this is another reason why I don't want to really push us too far into the week. I'm really majorly concerned with what's going to happen tomorrow and then Tuesday. So looking ahead at what I see with the VIX and the rest of the indices that we at CCS trade, if we look at the VIX and we're on the daily chart here, I see the chart suggesting that we may very well see 16 before we see 20 early in the week, which means that the S&P the S&P has some key levels of resistance to break. So that means that this market, as the VIX volatility decreases due to some of the positive stuff that came out later on in the week, what I'm looking at, I'm actually just gonna pull this out to the daily chart here so that we can look at it, kind of drill this in a little bit. So there's a couple key resistance levels that I'm going to be looking at. One mainly is this one here that we're kind of already. This is the new daily candle that just formed today at 6 o'clock. As we all know, futures markets open up at 6 o'clock every Sunday. So this is one resistance level here. Which is 2937.80 that we need to break through. And then the next level that I'm seeing here on the S&P is the 2947 level, and then 2953.50, which is 2953.50 is just. Wait, that's I'm sorry. Yeah, 2953.53 is what I'm seeing. Is the next level. So 2953.50. And there are obviously you could tell there's more levels of resistance that we need to break through, but Yeah, I'm mainly looking. Sorry about that, guys. My mic just kind of cut out there. I'm mainly looking at these levels here. One, two, three, and then if we break through this third level of resistance, then I'll be looking further ahead. But considering that we're just looking at Monday and Tuesday for that, this is where I'm going with this. So that's on the S&P, and then on the Nasdaq end, let me bring this to the daily chart. Let's drill it in a little bit here. And the levels that I'm looking at here for the Nasdaq to break 77.53. And then I'm looking at 77.85.25. So for the Nasdaq, those are the two. And again, we're putting in a little bit of a green candle. We gapped down a little bit when we first opened up. So a gap down and then a pullback up here, and now we're just kind of these are the first few 5-minute candles that we've had here. Market's been open for about 20 minutes here. Now we're on to the 21st to the 25th minute candle here. So it's kind of what I'm looking at, kind of what we're looking at. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Let's get this trade week off to a positive start. All right, everybody. Have a good evening.